Yo, everyone, what's going on? Hope y'all are all having a great day, great night, great whatever time it is for you. Um, Glad to be back. Glad to see you back if you are returning or if you're new. My name is Levi, and I'm just a kid trying to figure out life. That's really it. Not much to it. This life is very short, so. Anyways, the world rewards noise, but God rewards consistency. The real transformation happens in silence when no one is watching. As kids, um, a lot of the time we can feel pressured. A lot of the times we can feel pressured by family, it can be friends, it can be loved ones, anyone, or just the world, aka social media or whoever. A lot of the times we can feel pressured into doing things that we really don't want to do. And, I felt a bit of this growing up. Having grandparents say do this, having my, parents telling me to do that, older siblings telling me to do this, teachers telling me to do that. I mean, as kids, we have so much coming at us about what to do with our lives, right? So a lot of the time, it's really just we feel a pressure to please. We feel a pressure to please the people around us when really the one we should be pleasing is God, but if you want to say the one we should be wanting to please is ourselves, right? So, with that, I just lost my train of thought, but yeah, as kids growing up, I mean, it happens all throughout elementary school, all throughout schooling especially. We just have so many different opinions, and as the world renews itself and we come into new generations, there are new job opportunities, there's new ways of making money, there's new ways of living a life of, you know, success, wealth. And I think that it's just super important to know what you want out of life. I think that we need to really just stop caring about other people's opinions about us. And I want to quickly explain that. It's like, obviously, just don't be just ignorant, right? Don't be just ignorant to people's advice. You know don't make clear stupid decisions. Don't do things that are clearly just make no sense to do, right? But if you have an idea that you think can really make your life what you want it to be, then I truly believe in expressing that and not caring about what other people have to say about it or think about it or anything. So just to clarify that, like, I believe it is important to consider others' opinions and to be thoughtful about what other people are trying to tell us. But I think that it also comes to a point where you just have to say, well, this is just what I want to do, right? The thing is, nobody other than God is sitting there watching you 100% of the time. The thing is, these people, first of all, the view that people have of you is their view. People see you in a way based off of the couple of minutes or hours that they see of you, the mood that you're in when you see them, the the time that you're in of life. I mean, if you only if if your grandparents only see you when you're a kid and you have all the views of yourself when you were a kid and everything, and then they see you 20 years later, they're probably still going to think about you as the little kid. They're still going to see you as that version of yourself. That's all people's views of you are. It's just their own assumption of you. So Nobody's sitting there watching you. Nobody's sitting in your head. Nobody's listening to all of your thoughts. Nobody's listening to your ideas other than God. But so with me saying that, why take other people's just views of you, opinions of you, and what they want you to do so seriously when they have no idea who you truly are? In reality, very, very few people in your life will ever know the true you. So why do things based off of others' words, opinions, and thoughts? Most people are never going to see the work that you have to do, by yourself. Nobody's going to see the silence. Nobody else is going to be there in the silence. Nobody's going to see you grinding away, whether it's early in the morning or late at night. Nobody's going to be able to be there with you other than yourself. And with me saying that, what I'm trying to tell you is that nobody sees all the work that goes into it behind closed doors. Nobody sees the long hours. Nobody sees the struggle that you go through. Nobody sees all the things that you might have gone through in life. And you just have to learn how to stop wanting to please everybody around you and start not only living a life for God, but living a life that serves something positive. Living a life that serves what you want rather than what other people want. Me growing up, honestly, I never really cared about what other people thought. When it came to what I wanted to do, from a very young age, I always knew that I was going to do what I wanted to do, and that nobody was going to have a say in what I wanted. And that's another thing. Like, everybody wants different things out of life. Some people want the comfortable fucking college, go do, like, some people want that, and some people want to have a riskier life. Like, genuinely, some people just want to live a riskier life because it just brings more enjoyment out of it. And it all sort of comes down to enjoyment. What do you enjoy? So this video is really just not only my thoughts and opinions that really don't matter, but if you want to sit and listen, then great. Then my opinion does matter because it matters to you, maybe to the slightest. Anyways, yeah, this video is just sort of to maybe wake somebody up. Maybe you've been, maybe you're at the hands of being a people pleaser, because I used to be a people pleaser as well. Not necessarily when it came to, like the job that I wanted to pursue or whatever, but just when it came to social interactions, yeah, I was much of a people pleaser, and now I would say that I'm not really so much. And it really comes down to putting yourself first, and there's nothing wrong with that. People hear putting myself first and people think that it's like you have to be an a-hole to people, or you have to shut people down and not care about what anybody, like, no. Like, I live more to please myself and put myself first over other people, but I'm not just an a-hole to everybody. I still occasionally put other people first, because it's not really going to affect me, but I know that if I put them first, that it'll make them feel better, right? So this idea that wanting to please yourself, wanting to do things for yourself, wanting to simply live a better life simply because it is your right to live an abundant, successful, wealthy, happy, joy-filled life. People get the idea that wanting to live a life of abundance, or live a life that serves you rather than other people, is bad, and it's not. It's not. Now, if your calling is to maybe serve other people And if that's what you enjoy, then great, do that. But for most people, that's not really the case. Most people want things for themselves, and there's nothing really wrong with that. Like, you live your life and I live mine. You want things that you want, and I want things that I want. Right? So I'm just trying to put things in perspective for people that have maybe never heard ideas like this before. That's really why I make these videos, is because maybe it'll open up the eyes of somebody that's never seen this sort of perspective out of life. And maybe it'll kick even harder. Maybe it'll kick in even harder since it's coming from just an 18-year-old kid. Like, sure, I don't have any crazy amounts of success in any field, and maybe I haven't done anything of like major significance in my life, but I think that the views that I have of life are much better than just the average typical person, and that's just facts. Like, but anyways, so yeah, don't be so much of a people pleaser. Like, when it comes to your parents, grandparents, whoever that may be. I'm trying to think of everything I can pull out of this, sort of just to get my point across. Um, the more I make these videos, the better I get at, having certain ways of explaining things. And it's just something that I need to get better at in general, just explaining my ideas. I've been saying that since I started this channel, that I just want to get better at conveying ideas to the viewer. But yeah, I didn't want this video to be super long. It's probably 5:20, so I'm still gonna go home and still do some things. But yeah, man, I think that might be it. I don't think I have much else to say other than look to please God. That's what I've been trying to do recently, is just looking to please God and do things that I think He would want me to do. But yeah, man, don't stress life too much. Like, you're gonna go through hardship. Things are gonna suck for a little bit. Things are gonna be good for a little bit, and then they're gonna suck again, and then things might get better again. Don't stress it too much. You only live once. That doesn't mean go and do stupid things. It means do things that you think will make you the most joyful in life. Live a life that makes you happy rather than just making other people happy. Because, and I'll end off with this, because in the end, if you get the chance to be thinking right before you die, just imagine this. When you are laying on your deathbed, when it is your time to sadly pass away, you're going to be the one with the regret of not doing what you wanted out of life, not getting what you wanted, not pursuing that one thing, not going after that one girl or that one job opportunity or that one whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, like, you only live once. You only have one life, and it's not even guaranteed to be a fulfilled full life of 80 years, 90 years. You could pass away very quickly. You could live a long life, a short life. So do what pleases you and God. That's what I'll end off with. Do what pleases you and God. I would say really just do what pleases God, because He is really all that matters, and have belief in Him. So that's my final message. Believe in God, because even a mustard seed sized faith could move mountains. I read that today and I loved it. So I appreciate you boys and girls, if there's any watching. Yeah, don't forget, stay philosophical, think smart, and believe in God. So, peace.